Hi, I'm Jennifer Kirk from Stamping with Jen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Guelph, Ontario, and that's in Canada. Thank you so much for joining us for our December Global Night Angels video hop. The theme this month is the upcoming, very exciting, upcoming mini catalog that goes live January 4th, I believe. So you're going to get a sneak peek of a whole bunch of beautiful projects that of products that are in that catalog. So let's turn you down and let's get started stamping. This one, I've kind of come in and out. I haven't made you sit there for, you know, it took me over probably an hour to color this project. So I kind of start in and out so that you see bits of it. You don't have to watch all of it. So be prepared for some kind of transitions because I'm not very good at doing videos. All right, or at editing videos. So before we turn over to stamping, I want to wish you all a very happy and safe and healthy holiday season, and a blessed new year for 2024. Okay, let's get stamping. Bye for now. So when we're coloring, we want to have kind of 3 shades. So I have light Cajun Craze, dark Calypso Coral, and light Calypso Coral. So I'm going to start off with my dark, and actually my Cajun Craze is actually lighter than my dark Calypso Coral. Go figure, right? So I should actually switch these around, and I think I will do that. So I will have my dark Calypso Coral as my dark color, my light Cajun Craze. So all I'm going to do now is just, I'm leaving areas for the highlight. And I'm just going to bring in that, and then do my highlight. Now, because I find it a little bit hard to see this, I'm actually looking at the stamp set while I do it, so I can see a little bit more of where the edges are, where the shadow should be. So again, you know what? I don't like that. I'm gonna switch and come in with my dark Calypso Coral. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna come in. Yeah, that's better. So I'm with my dark Calypso Coral right now. And you can see I'm doing these leaves right here, or these petals. So I'm just going to come in where I want it to be dark. Okay. And actually, I want to extend this line down this way. And then I'm going to come in with my Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to extend these. Okay, so I'm pulling the ink. I'm leaving an area where I want my highlight, because if you think about the light coming down on it. Okay, so I'm going to highlight in here. And again, I'm just pulling the ink. And if you don't have the coloring or the blending that you want, then just let it dry and then come back in again. Okay, so let's do this one here. So this one's going to be dark. Okay, and I'm going to come in here. And let's do this one as well. You don't want to do too big of an area because you want your ink to be wet so you can pull the color out. This, because it's kind of underneath the petal, there's not going to be any highlights on that one. It's going to be all darker. But I do want to highlight up at the top here. I'm not going to make you watch me color all of this, but you can just kind of see the process that I'm going through. So I'm picking for each petal. Okay, so let's do this one over here. So up at the top here is going to be where my highlight is. Okay, so I'm going to come in right here where it's kind of overlapped is going to be dark. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my medium tone, and I'm going to just extend that up, leaving spots for my highlights. I just picked the wrong color, didn't I? Oh, I did. We got that petal mixed up, but it's okay. It's small, so you won't really see. And there we go. All right. So this one here has mostly highlights. So I'm actually not going to do my dark tone on that. I'm going to come in with my medium tone, and I'm just going to go right along the edge here. And then come in with my light. So this coloring does take a little while to do. It's not, you know, this is a card that you're going to give to somebody that you really like. It's not going to be one that you just mass produce. Because it does take a while. Okay, so I'm coming in with my medium tone. I'm extending that in certain areas, thinking about where I want my light. And then coming in with my light highlight and blending it all together. Okay. All right, we'll do one more, and then I will move on. Okay. Coming in with my medium. Oops, wrong nib. I like to use the bullet when I'm doing small areas. It saves my tip. And I seem to have a little bit more control of where I'm placing the ink, which when you're trying to get these shadowings in, you really want to be able to control where you're going. Okay, so we'll just keep going and we'll continue this in a minute. Okay, I'll keep coloring. Okay, I'm still coloring. Haven't gotten very far, but we'll just touch base again and see how we're doing. So I'm just working on this bud right here. So again, I'm coming in with the shadows, working petal by petal so that I have time to blend. So you want to pick where you're going to put your highlights. Because, okay, so that's a leaf. No, that's not a leaf. That's a petal still. Okay. So that's why I always look here. Because sometimes when you're looking really closely at it, so I'm going to just do a little triangle here. I'm going to come in with my mid-tone and I'm going to extend it. In here, it's pretty dark. I'm not going to do a highlight in here. So I'm going to extend that. Did I pick the wrong? Oh, I did the wrong colors again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't do what I do. These are too close together. the lids. I gotta separate them so I don't mess up my coloring again. Okay. And then this top of the bud here. So let me, this is my Cajun Craze. Oops, wrong nib. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do the top really dark and a dot right there. Then I'm gonna come in with my mid-tone, which is my dark Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to extend it just a wee bit. Okay, with another little dot. And then I'm going to put in my highlight and blend them all together. All right. Okay. Here we go. Now, I got to look at this bud to find out what is a leaf. So this part right here is part of the leaf. So is that part right there. And so is that part right there. Okay, so this is a petal in here. So I'm just going to come in. Now, there's not going to be a lot of highlighting on these buds because I don't know if you, when you think about a bud before it opens, there's not a lot of light kind of hitting it, right? Like it's condensed. Ugh, there is a little. Ugh, can't get my lids off. A little bit, but not a lot. And because this is a small spot, I can probably do a bigger area. So let's just do all of my dark. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my mid-tone. I'm going to extend all of that. Picking where I want my light to be. Okay, and again, there's not going to be much light on this guy. I did want to leave a little light there. I could use a color lifter if I wanted to, but let's just see how it blends in. I think that's okay. Oh, I'm shedding. All right, one more little bud to do. Now this one, there's definitely very little highlighting on. There's like one little piece right here that's kind of got light on it. And I do think it's mostly bud. I don't think there's a lot of greenery. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight in here, and then let's just blend it in. All right. So those are the flowers. Now we're going to move on to the leaves. Okay, so I did a little bit of practicing over here to pick out my colors of green that I want to use, and I ended up with this one. So we're going to use light Old Olive, that's my dark color, and then the Granny Apple Green combo as my mid-tone. I can't even speak. And my highlight. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my dark. And what leaf are we going to start? Let's start here. So you can see that there's a shadow here, and this side is more of a highlight, okay? And what this is telling me is that this bud is kind of behind the leaf. So let's come in with our dark. And Stampin' Up! Really has kind of helped us wherever it's really concentrated. Stipples or stiples or whatever the heck those are called is where we come in with our dark. Now, there would be a little bit of shadow underneath this petal, so we're going to put a little bit of dark there. And then we're going to come in with our dark Granny Apple Green, and this is our mid-tone, and we're just going to extend that. Now, they are very different greens, okay? But if you look at a leaf, it's never the same color of green. There's always multiple shades and hues. So that's what we're doing. Okay, dark along the bud, on the base. I may have to, let me try my dark Old Olive. My Old Olive is well loved, and it might be a little, there, that's better. Might be a little on the empty side. Okay. And then we do have some highlights on that one. And then let's do this one. Come down here. We have some dark right along the petals. Come in with our mid-tone. Just extend that a wee bit. Extend that a wee bit up here. A wee bit there. And then come in with our highlight. Okay, and if you don't like it, if you want to add some additional dark, like on this one, I think I do want to add a little bit of dark, just because I had used the light. Okay, I think I'm okay with my mid-tone, so I'm just going to come in with my light and just kind of blend that in a wee bit more. There we go. That makes me happier. Okay, so this little guy, I'm just going to do a dot in here and a dot in here of the dark. A little wisp of the light. And there we go. Okay. Let's do this, guys. So you can see there's quite a bit of shading. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to do kind of little triangles here, leaving some spot for some highlights in the middle. We're going to have it's going to be a little bit dark around the petal, a little bit dark here, because it's kind of like the leaf is bending down, if you can imagine that. Okay, and then we'll have a little bit of shadow in there. And then I'm going to come in with my mid-tone. I'm just going to extend these, leaving again where I want my light to be. You really need to think about where you want your highlights, because once you put this down, you can't get that highlight in there. Okay, and then let's just extend these. All right, so I am going to keep going because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me color every leaf on this video. And I will come back when I'm more done. All right, so we are finished coloring. I colored this little guy and cut it out with a die for the inside of the card. And I have my pieces here. So this is for the inside, although, you know what, I'm kind of liking it on the outside. But I want to try something. I want to try putting this in with a black background on top. So this DSP, isn't it pretty? It's actually one of the free DSP for Sale-A-Bration, which will be starting in January. It is part, and it coordinates with this set. It's called Softly Stippled. And it's got lovely floral images. This is the same image, just different size, and beautiful colors. So I might actually, I might have to go cut another piece of paper. So this is what I'm planning on doing. But you know what? I want to see what the black looks like around here. So I've just put a temporary adhesive on here, and I'm just going to stick this on here. Okay, and this is the temporary adhesive is just to hold it. If you're good at holding, then you don't need to do that. And let's just, I'm gonna leave a black border. I'm just gonna get rid of some of this. I don't want to get rid of that. Don't worry. I'm just getting rid of the bulk. I really need to clean my scissors. I just realized how much glue. These are my yucky scissors, but okay, so we're just going to trim around here, and we're going to leave a black border, and we're going to see if we like it. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog munching in the background. He's got a toy, a wooden stick. And he's chewing on it. So I don't know if you guys are noticing, but my scissors aren't really moving. I'm moving the paper. I'm gonna leave that little bit for the end. Okay, I'm trying to keep it somewhat equal around. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it to look somewhat equal. I always like getting rid of pieces. I don't like them hanging off. Some people leave them. I get rid of them. I just find it easier. Easier to rotate. Okay. So watch. I'm going to do all this and then I'm not going to like it. We are creating this on the fly. I do not have a prototype made. After all that coloring, I figured I can hurry up and make a card before my dog chews it. My dog likes to chew. This is the puppy. And he would go into the garbage and pull out paper and just chew paper and rip it apart. So I put lids over the garbage can. So now he's decided that he's going off of my workstations and pulling stuff to chew. What do you do with dogs like that? So he almost chewed a brand new card that I did this morning. I was like, yeah, he got a mouthful from Mummy. I rescued it though, thank goodness. So I figured I better get this into a card before he chews my flowers that took forever. All right. Okay, so let's decide. We have a couple of options here. We have white. That looks pretty because we have the white border there. Okay, that's one option. We have no white border. I actually like the white border. I don't know if these are upside down. What do you guys think? That? Or that? Or no black. Too many options now. I'm never going to be able to decide. Or no white. Huh, okay. I like this, this, and this. Actually, I'm torn. I'm torn between the white Okay, we're doing white. I will just need to grab another piece of basic white. Let me just trim it down. Okay. So let's glue. Let's get something done. I've been playing too long. This video is gonna be forever. Okay, so we're gonna glue this down onto the white. We're gonna glue this down. onto the card base, which is just a regular piece of basic black cut in half. Okay, I'm going to burnish this. Should have done it before I glued it down. Okay, yes, that's so pretty. So I do want to get this on here permanently because it's just a temporary adhesive, just to see if I liked it, which I do. Okay, which way does it go? Okay, try and get it on somewhat straight. Me and straight. Okay, do I want to pop up or do I want to just pop the sentiment? I'm going to just pop the sentiment because the black on there makes it look like it's shading already. I could have used just liquid glue. I should have used liquid glue because then I can move it. Looks like a kite. Okay. Let the flowers going up. I'm going to put this right in the middle. Okay, and then we are going to make this a birthday card. So I'm just taking up my embossing buddy. Getting rid of my scrap. Getting my Versamark, and I'm just going to use birthday wishes, and that's from the Stippled set as well. I guess I had to stamp it before I can put it in there, right? I'm going to put it in the middle, and then I'm going to trim it. Hopefully I get it in the middle. We'll see. Okay. And some white. Looks good. I'm gonna move this out of the way of my heat gun. Grab my tweezers. Okay. Might help if I have my heat tool plugged in. That might help. I turned my power bar on, but my gun's not plugged in. Okay, so I'm going to put it on number 2. Heat it up. And you guys see this? Am I on? And watch the magic happen. There it goes. It's good. Okay, you can't overdo this, so you don't want to overdo it, but you want to make sure that it's all melted evenly. So that looks good. It kind of moves, becomes kind of shiny. And so, do we want banners? Let's do banners. Let's do one banner. Let's keep this here. Here. And let's do a banner on this side. So all I'm going to do, oh, it's too big, is cut it right in the middle. We do have punches for this. I should use a punch because then it'll be even. Okay, and then we're going to grab our mini dimensionals and we're going to pop this guy up. And then I've made a pact with myself that I have to use more ribbon and more embellishments. I don't really want a ribbon on this one. I decided that already. But we should stick an embellishment on here. Okay. So where do I want this? Right across here. Just like that. Pretty. All right, do we want these? Or do we want just, let's try these pink ones. I might show some of the Calypso Coral through and not look as pink. Let's see. They just look clear. That's fine. clear is perfect. Put one here, and I will put one right up there. So it's just a little tiny bit of bling. Now we could add some Winkostella if we want to make our flowers sparkle. I'm not going to do that because this video is taking forever and I don't want you guys to be totally bored. I'm going to leave the inside blank. I mean, it's best birthday wishes. And I'm just going to glue this little guy right. I don't want him upside down. I'm just going to glue him right in the corner there. And our card is done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this marathon coloring card. Again, this you don't want to have to be mass producing this because it is a lot of coloring, but it's fun and it's therapeutic. And I hope you enjoyed. I've been taking Jay's masterclass in coloring and learning a lot of cool little tips on shading. So I hope you've enjoyed. All right, so there we go. Best birthday wishes, and the inside is blank. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure that you hop on to another of the Night Angels hop, where we are featuring products from the new mini catalog that will be coming up in a couple of weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next month. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and all the best for 2024. Okay, take care, guys. Bye for now.